So the only other point that you would go for a young woman is based on fertility.
Right, because he wants someone to have kids with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only other reason that you would look for a woman that's young.
Well, that's why a lot of girls, like, the cheat code is you date guys that are older, because they're looking for something serious more than guys your own age.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
But so what he's talking about is the modern woman mindset, where it's me first. And it's never like, I can't compromise anything in my life for someone else.
Yeah, I would say I disagree. That's what I'm saying. Again, I don't think we should see it as extremes, because marriage is not an extreme. Like, marriage is based on compromise. So in terms of the modern woman, I would say the modern woman is an extreme. Would you not agree?
No, I think it's very common. I think that, the average age of first marriage in the UK is 31.
In terms of mindset,
I would say anyone that waits till 31 to get married has the modern woman mindset in some regard.
And they're getting older. A lot of the older women now are looking back and thinking, I can be a modern woman at 40 and 45. It's too late for them.
But again, another thing with this generation is we have less kids. Like, families are way smaller in this generation, and that's another reason. Like, it's linked to that.
But the reason why there's less kids is there's less kids, but there's not less sex. Because back in the day, the more sex you had, the more children you had.
Yeah.
But now, that's why back in the day, you only had sex with one person because you're going to have kids with them. But now, there's less kids, there's more sex because there's contraception. And that's what the men don't want. So you might say, you know what, they might want me because I've not had no children, but you might have no children, but 15 previous partners. And that's the difference.
But how would they know? That's another thing. Like, I feel like
men talk.
Not
you
only
can see
that,
anyway.
The same way when you're dating, you're vetting a woman. You're vetting a man. I'm vetting a woman. Once you're with them for a while, you'll start seeing. Even if you never say to me, I was with 15 guys, you'll start seeing little things that will present themselves like... They
say, let a woman talk, she'll tell on herself.
Yeah. Facts. Definitely. But, and if this is the guy you want, don't you want to be honest? Like, don't you want him to really know you inside out?
I would agree, but...
If you feel that there's nothing wrong with it, it doesn't matter, then you should be sticking to what you think. Oh, I've been with 20 guys. Now, do you want me? And if you can't say it with your chest, maybe you shouldn't have been with 20 guys.
I would agree, but
Not you, but you know what I'm saying.
I would agree, but the way you guys are placing value on body count, it would, like, in my head, that would make women want to lie about it. That's what I mean. Like, that's the women that wouldn't want to be honest because of the value that's placed on it.
Well, they do lie about it.
That's why you're supposed to start from young.
Yeah, then you don't have to lie. I've had 3.
Yeah.
And you say it with your chest.
No, but this is what I'm saying. You're saying that.
Yeah.
So I'm going back to her point because she said that a man wouldn't want a woman with the history, with a long history. But I'm saying because our generation placing so much value on it, that's what's going to give women the tendency to lie. And your point was women wouldn't lie because they would want to be honest with whoever it is. But because you're placing value, it's like a circle. It's like we're going around in circles.
No, he's not saying that women wouldn't lie. He's saying, like, now you have to live with a secret the rest of your life.
Like, you're starting your marriage based on a lie.
Yeah, and
like,
so...
Wouldn't you
I
yourself want to be with someone there where you thought you was being honest with?
Well, because I don't necessarily think it's, like... over for girls that have a high body count. Because I ask guys this question all the time. I say, okay, would you prefer a girl with this many like a higher body count, but she hasn't slept with anyone you know? Or I say, would you rather a girl that slept with 2 guys you know? Those are the only other guys she slept with. And every guy says high body count as long as I don't know him. As long as I don't know him. So girls can get away with it. They just move, right? But like the issue is it's internal. Because it hurts your ability to pair bond. And so you can't connect with the guy you're supposed to be with as much if you've been with like guy after guy after guy after guy. You're exchanging energies.
Yeah, I do get what you mean. But again, I feel like another assumption, I feel like it is probably the case, but another assumption we're making is that the older you are, the higher your body count is.
Well, it's more likely.
Yeah,
because you're gonna have had. It's just okay. If you're 18 or if you're 21, right, versus 35, you're gonna have had more relationships by the time you're 35. And I know the girls. Trust me, I see some of my. I'm not gonna name names, but some of the young girls these days, I'm like, y'all are wild, and they're younger than me, right? But they've definitely been with way more people than I have. But it's just, how do I put it? Like, they can't undo the damage to themselves. Yeah. And there's still some value in youth. So they still have like that youth aspect. And that's valuable to a guy.
So would you say that someone that's 35 with a lower body count would be seen as more valuable than someone that's younger with a higher body count?
I don't know. Ask the guys.
I'd say it's an equal one, only because someone that's young with a high body count has youth. Someone that's old with a low body count doesn't have youth, but they have body count. So it's a catch-22.
But typically, like, women at 35 have like the worst of both worlds. Like, I would say it's an exception that a girl makes it to 35 and hasn't slept with more than 5 people, but you could find a girl at 21 that hasn't done that a lot easier.
Yeah.
Just in like law in general, right? There's exceptions.
Yeah.
Like, there's a guy on my show that married a girl in her 30s that was a virgin. Like, there's exceptions. It's just not the rule.
Yeah, it definitely is. I feel like, again, it just goes, it depends highly on what the person values in a woman. Yeah.
Hey, look, this is advice for you, because more so, like, you're a pretty girl, and more so you'd find someone a lot easier and better that you'd deem high value if you was to vet now as opposed to at 35. And like a lot of women,
I don't aim on being single at 35. I just don't agree with, because the problem with that term leftover is I feel like it's all based on fertility. Like, you're placing a woman's value on her ability to have kids. That's my problem.
Well, it's because what does the guy get out of the deal? Like, why would a guy get married? Most of the time it's for kids.
Yeah, I do get what you mean, but it's just me personally. I'm not saying there's a problem with men doing that, but me personally, I just don't think a woman's value should be based on her ability to have children.
Well, we can say it shouldn't, but it is what it is, right? Like, I don't enjoy that, you know, the older I get, the less value I'm going to have. But it is what it is. Like, I think it's worse to ignore reality and just hope for the best when I turn 35.
I would say it's definitely true. Again, like I said, like me personally, I wouldn't wait till 35 to be considering, but my problem is I just don't, like, I disagree with the term leftover. Like, I really disagree with that term.
Do you think it's untrue?
I wouldn't say it's untrue, but I disagree with it. Like,
okay.
something could be real, like, it's real, but something could be real, like, this is the real life case, but I still disagree with it.
So in a way, you don't disagree, you agree, you just don't like it.
Or is it the wording?
Yeah.
Can't change
Yeah,
that.
like,
Left.
say
But
it,
just know that's what's left over.
Isn't that Chinese thing, that leftover, isn't it?
like,
Something to do with the
leftover.
Chinese. I think it was something to do with the
In
Chinese.
the chat, should we make merch with leftover women?
Yeah.
Like, leftover, it sounds like food. Like, it just sounds so
leftovers.
derogative.
Sometimes the leftovers are nice.
But the thing is, would you want food that everybody else has picked at?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Would you want food that everybody else has picked at? You're hungry, you see a plate of food there and everybody's picked at it. Would you really go and eat it? You're hungry.
That's the leftovers.
Only food that's left there. Would you go and eat it?
Speaking to the mic.
You wouldn't go and eat it because it's leftovers. Everybody's been at it. And that leftover food on that plate is the woman. Everybody's picked at it. There's nothing left. They've got all the chicken wings. They've left all the bones left. They've left all the gristle. Everything's there. Who wants it?
Not me.
Not me.
It's got to be somebody starving and hard up.
Right.
And that's what the women are going to end up with. You're not going to say you're going to be single. You're going to end up with somebody starving and hard up who can do no better but eat the leftovers. There's men out there for women like that.
Yeah, but girls would rather die than marry a beta, die alone. Because like they interviewed women on the streets that were like homeless. And yeah, a lot of these girls had good relationships where they could have like married the guy or been with the guy, but they left and ended up homeless.